As a member of the NYSID board, I could rave all night about what the college is doing for the future of design, but instead, let me share the floor with some experts who can share their current experience.
Our singular focus is to provide the most innovative, immersive, and transformative interior design education in the world. And that's what we do. We're fully devoted to the interior design profession, interior design education, unlike any other institution where we're just a program, where you're competing with other departments.
Tonight we're celebrating design. The fact that everyone appreciates the process of design, the beauty of design, and the thrill of design. We hope to have shown that NYSID is at the forefront of design and that our students are innovative thinkers and that our faculty and our professors are taking our students into the world of design even further than some of our competitors.
Everything is design. Everything that we touch, feel, experience, walk, navigate has been designed. A building, a grocery store interior, a garden, an apartment renovation, that we occupy it and is so critical to the way we feel as humans and how we feel about ourselves is definitely reflected in our environment.
Students come to New York School of Interior Design because of New York City, because of all that it means. Our faculty bring everything that they do in their professional life as designers or artists or architects, they bring that right into the classroom.
Well, design education improves lives. It's not just theory. Really, it's more focused on real life.
What's innovative here goes back to the administration, goes back to encouraging intelligent, thoughtful instruction, giving support where support is needed to faculty, and letting faculty work autonomously when it's clear that that's going well.
The curriculum is extremely rigorous. No lie. You really have to dig deep, not only within the curriculum, but within yourself.
It always goes back to the fundamentals. The design principles that are taught here at the school are constant and consistent and are from 100 years of experience.
I mean, I think some of the most important elements of interior design is really thinking about your audience. I feel like designers are in a way artists, and as an artist you kind of think selfishly of like what you want to convey to the world, what's your message. But I think as an interior designer you have to be really conscious of your audience and really understanding that element because it really impacts the life of people, and I think that's just the power of interior design.
The instructors are working professionals. They're not people who have been out of the game for so long that they've forgotten where all the game pieces are. They know what it's like to talk to clients. They know what it's like to work in hospitality, retail, residential, commercial. So they bring that depth of experience and those tools that they've developed along the way to the classroom.
The closeness that you get a chance to have, like the classes are really, really small, so you get more one-on-one attention with the teachers, and then you get a chance to create this experience with your classmates that I don't think I would have gotten prior to coming to this particular institution.
We are here this evening to celebrate three fantastically talented individuals. We have Alex Papachristides, who is receiving the Albert Hadley Lifetime Achievement Award. His passion for drama, for pageantry, for color, for texture comes through in these interiors that are eclectic and sophisticated at the same time, and he's able to weave together the modern and traditional. But at the same time, they're uniquely personal for the clients that he works with.
Decorating's more than just choosing pretty fabrics and putting a room together. I think it's very important to understand architecture and history and, construction. As a decorator, you're running the show in most cases, and you need to know about all aspects of the design business.
The Larry Kravet Design Industry Leadership Award is going to somebody who's leading in how he inspires and mentors individuals, Corey Damon Jenkins. He's truly opening the eyes of so many with his exuberant use of colors, the luxurious materials, the couture-like approach that he takes to design.
Really, interior designers and architects, we are the governors of people's lifestyle. We are responsible for not only making sure that the home looks attractive, but also can function. And that takes education, that takes studying, understanding how balance works as far as color and pattern, egress, space management, lighting. It's a heavy responsibility. It's not one that should be shirked by students, but rather taken seriously because it really does impact people's lives, both in the short term and also in their long-term health and happiness.
Nina Farmer is receiving the Rising Star Award, so she's hitting her stride and she's getting recognition for it. Her work is serenely sophisticated and just exudes incredible nuances. I personally think that she's deserving, and I know so because she's had an amazing education, because she's actually an alum of the institution.
It's so important to know so much about architecture because I think the design stems from the envelope of the space. You really have to know what you're given, really honor what the architectural history and integrity of the space is to be able to furnish it and to work with the interiors of the space. It's about the whole space and how it interacts with the architecture.
Design education in the age of COVID has changed dramatically, but I almost want to say at the same time, it almost hasn't changed at all. Our students are still learning. They're still in their classroom, whether it's virtually or on site, they're still producing amazing work. I'm not saying it was an easy transition at the beginning, but we've learned tremendously, and there are positive things coming out of this, and how we're going to adapt the way we educate our students in the future by what we're learning over this past year.
Our faculty, who are all designers, have had that sense of esprit de corps. They've risen to the occasion. They took all their energy and all their intelligence and they applied it to the project of being a fully online education in basically 5 days.
Over the summer, the administration really concentrated on what was coming. I never heard of any other school putting together as clear a directive as to how to proceed as the New York School of Interior Design.
We have a tremendous history that we're building upon. Our students are the designers of tomorrow, but they're standing on the shoulders of those who came before.
Cheryl Whiten, architect and interior designer, after his schooling in Paris at the Beaux-Arts, came back to New York to realize that there was no proper training for interior designers at that time in the classical fashion.
So what did he do? He founded an institution. He started teaching his classes out of his office. He started a correspondence program, which I think I actually find pretty exciting because he was teaching designers through the mail. And we've almost come full circle in the sense that our online programs are growing tremendously. And that connects us to the future.
So if you look downstairs in the auditorium of this building, there's a series of fabulous archival photographs of the graduating classes of New York School of Interior Design. Most interior designers, decorators in the late 1800s were either also architects or they were upholsterers. Edith Wharton wrote a bestseller in the United States about the decoration of homes, the idea being that people could do this themselves or they could become professionals by practicing this trade of interior decoration.
Tonight we're raising money at our annual gala really for two scholarship funds. One is our general scholarship fund, which we've had for years and is a way to recognize students who are both needy and merit-based scholarships. And we have a new diversity scholarship fund. I think many of us within the design industry recognize that we can do more to welcome more people to the institution, design education as well as the profession. So having this diversity scholarship fund is a way for us to attract and retain students of color. But I also want to say it's not only just financial support that students need, especially students of color. We're also working to provide support in terms of academics, emotional support. and then support when individuals go out and start working in the profession. This is a holistic approach, it's not just financial. And we're currently making changes. Right now we're having discussions about our pre-college program and how we can bring students of color into that who come from historically underrepresented communities who might know that there is a profession of interior design or that you can actually study it. So we're working in ways to bring students in as high schoolers into a pre-college program.
So receiving the scholarship for me was the difference between staying at home with my newborn son or finding a job and hiring a nanny. The scholarship has allowed me to spend more time with my son as well as take those extra classes that I wouldn't have been able to take.
Having a scholarship at NYSID just, it makes NYSID in general just more attainable, but also for me personally, it just kind of took a weight off. I'm here full-time. I also work part-time, classes Monday through Thursday, and then I work in retail Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And having a scholarship just kind of lets me relax a little bit mentally, if not physically, because I'm so busy.
I think diversity is also in terms of school of thought. And so having my discussions with the administrators and the faculty, I think that helped to garner the support that I needed to take it to the next level. I'm really glad to be able to have this opportunity, but also to have an opportunity to contribute back to the institution.
We're asking ourselves questions about how inclusive are we? Are we honoring equity? Are we honoring diversity? Where can we make change? Where is unconscious bias lurking in the syllabi where we might not even know it was there? And we're looking at our hiring process, making sure that our net is cast wide, but more important, that people understand that they are welcome.
Bottom line is you need more diversity within the body, both administratively, staff, in order to magnetize those students.
Institutions in this country of higher learning are not as representative of the general population as they ought to be. How do we make that happen? Particularly in my history class, I changed my focus. I had originally a curriculum that I've been working with for the last 6 years. I changed the focus of that curriculum.
Maybe don't always ask people who look like me what should be done to embrace more diversity. Because a lot of times the best conversations are held among those who actually have the power and the influence and the resources to make those changes. I think people of color and minorities at large have carried the torch for so long. It's like running a relay race. And now it's time for those who actually are in a position to actually effect change to literally take that baton and to run with it. We have within our hands to make really big strides, but a lot of the heavy lifting at this point will have to come from the community with the most influence and the most power. And I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Interior design doesn't rest on its laurels. It honors the past, but unless it looks to the future and incorporates future technologies, future ways of thinking, and understanding of the world that's to come, climate change, changes societies, cultures all over the world, we won't really be doing justice to what interior designers need to know in order to be prepared to design and lead.
I think the takeaway about the school should be that it is a school which focuses very much on the practical aspects of design and as well as the human aspect of design, and combining the two into one discipline.
We are part of a remarkable profession, a profession that lets us use all of our experiences to make better design.
The annual gala is our largest fundraiser, so it's important for our students and the ability for them to pursue their dream by receiving a scholarship. But this being a pandemic year, I think this is more important because so many of our students have been touched with economic instability, insecurity. And anything that we can do to help them fulfill their goal of becoming an interior designer by raising scholarship money and supporting them that way is extremely important, and in 2021 more so than ever.
Thank you so much for your support for our students and our school tonight. It means so much to us. Thank you, everyone.
In closing, I just want to thank you all for being here and participating in this special virtual event. Enjoy the evening, thank you for your support, and I look forward to gathering with you next year, hopefully in person, where we can celebrate and raise a glass together.
I am so inspired by all of the NYSID students, their creativity, their vision, their commitment to changing the way we experience the world around us. And of course, we're also going to honor the brightest names in the design industry here tonight at our virtual gala. Please scroll down to the next series of videos to meet our honorees.